Hassan's community is not even remotely close. Asmund says that Hassan's community is easily the most toxic he's dealt with and compares them to Destiny's. Uh-oh. Two toxic fandoms. Which one comes out on top?
Do you think that the most vicious, personal, and hostile forms of hate that I've had leveraged at me over all the years has absolutely been from Hassan's community? And it is not even remotely close. Like 100%.
Really?
His community has been the most toxic and hostile. And again, if somebody else wants to give their opinion on this or whatever else, that's fine. But when you have Dr. K saying this, you have, or at least indirectly, you have Ludwig saying this indirectly. I mean, come on, guys. Like, what are we doing here? I mean, how many points on a line or on a graph do you need to make a line?
For those who don't know, Dr. K is that internet therapist guy who's like an actual doctor with an MD. And he essentially came out, and we watched a clip of this, and he said that a lot of streamers have come forward to him, talking to him about how uncomfortable Hassan's community makes them feel. And I'm like, dude, the fact that he's bringing it up is probably gonna make Hassan's community even more pissed.
Yeah, that's it. It's the left overall. It is. It's left-wing people overall, and I think that his community is a conduit for that. And you're right that in some ways it's guilt by association. And I think in some cases maybe you're right. Maybe that's not necessarily fair to him because it is guilt by association.
Hassan might not have called and told Lud to take it down, but he did watch it live and made it clear to his audience that he doesn't like what Ludwig said. Then his fans started brigading Lud to take it down, so same effect, and Hassan knows how to direct his audience. That's another really good point. Like, how many times have I said in chat, guys, I might disagree with this person, but please don't go out and harass them. I know there's always going to be schizos that don't listen and they don't care. Which is fine, because, like, I can't control you as a human being. Like, you're an adult. I can't stop you. However, I can project the appearance of at least not caring so much and not, like, acting as a leader for needing to be defended all the time. Again, I said this yesterday. I said, guys, if someone disagrees with me, you can politely point out their argument and say, no, that's dumb, or say, oh, you're lying, Alana's not like this at all, or provide proof of Alana saying that. I think that's perfectly calm and polite, and if they block you, well, then they're an idiot, and they deserve, you know, they deserve the best. You know, like, we as a community kind of self-regulate, and I think a lot of people don't realize that in a big community, it still kind of works in that way as well. Smaller community is obviously easier to do that, but with a large community, you still have to set an example and say, like, guys, don't go out and harass this person. I've heard Asmund say it numerous times. I don't know about Destiny, I haven't watched him, but, like, I don't ever hear Hassan say that. Really. Yeah. Okay, hold on. There's more of the video.
But I think that other left-wing communities, like, for example, you know, like Destiny's community has been hostile to me, but they have been... Destiny's community is a lot different. And I can't speak to... I know Hassan and Destiny have, like, a lot more personal, like, you know, friction than, like, I and Destiny have really had over the years, I would say.
That's not true. I feel like Destiny has been pretty toxic towards Asmund. I can't, like, remember exactly what was said, but I think that Destiny said some heinous shit about Asmund. Yeah. I don't know. I think he's being way too nice here. Destiny's just toxic to everyone. I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's not like it's not like it's neutral. Like, I think that he's toxic to everyone, including Asmund.
So, like, there's not really that same level of animosity. But when Destiny's community attacks me, they attack things that I say. When Hassan's community attacks me, they attack who I am.
It's the people that are on Twitter. Yeah, I've noticed this too. I've very rarely had people attack my argument personally. Whenever I see Asmund getting attacked, it's always about how he's a disgusting human being who lives in a roach-infested, like, apartment or house or whatever. They never really attack his argument that much. And I've noticed this with myself as well, because people, like, they find out I'm Russian or, like, I speak Russian. They ignore the fact that my mom's Ukrainian, I don't endorse the war, and then they make up lies about me and start saying, like, oh, well, she's, like, a Russian spy. She's, like, bought out. That's what it is. And it's like, you're still not attacking the argument. You're attacking and lying about me as a person. That's what they try to cling on to, and I've noticed this a lot with people who have disingenuous arguments. You know, the dumbest thing he says instead of his average opinion? I mean, again, on the average Twitter platform, I hardly ever see Asmund being attacked for anything other than he's disgusting, he's bald, he has no teeth, or they clip him out of context, and it's purposefully clipped out of context where he... And man, if you watch the full clip in context, it's not actually bad. Yeah, it's just stupid. They can't be genuine in their argument. By the way, if they don't attack the argument, it means they agree with your opinion. Well, don't say that. Yeah, well, they say he killed his mom and his dad. Like, that's another that's a really bad one. Yep.
They come after me, my lifestyle, my appearance, my parents, stuff like that.
That's a big one.
And that's Destiny's community. Now they attack your family. Yes, exactly. It's personal. Now, whenever you talk about, like, Destiny's community, I think that they're much more like, oh, but you said this and you said that. And maybe you think it's a bad faith interpretation, but it's generally based on something that's said, not personal, right?
Yeah, it's just basically just strawmanning and ad hominem. It's so stupid. Yeah. It's disgusting. They're saying he's killed his dad now. They say anything and everything under the sun. They lie, they slander, or libel, or whatever. Yeah, I've experienced this too. Obviously not to the scale that Asmund does, but yeah. Yeah, they'll say anything to hurt you, but ultimately it's not true, and you know that. It's just what they try to do. Like, at least Destiny's community says, oh, Asmund's a retard for his economic political take, or, you know, oh, he watches, like, political clips and he acts like he's really smart. Like, at least there's, like, a modicum of, like, there's an argument to be had, and it's not you attacking him as a person. I can respect that a lot. I can definitely respect that a lot. People can call me a retard. I prefer that over them blatantly lying about me and saying, like, oh, Alana's a fucking Russian plant. She's bought out. She lives in Russia. It's like, that's not even fucking true. You're such a retard. I actually prefer when people call me a man. It's funny. I see people getting angry against you, so you start spouting shit. Yes, exactly. So, this leads into my next thing. Mr. Auk Yeet 20,000 compiled several posts about people crashing out on Ludwig for softballing, for making the most softball addressing of the Hasan controversy. Chat, my chat personally, when they heard about this, they still called him Jellywig, but they kind of had a modicum of respect of him taking a mild stance on something, right? So, we're gonna go through this. Prepare yourself, chat. Him screwing over his girlfriend's career, which is Cutie Cinderella, another streamer. For this, by the way, because in case you forgot, Cutie is a part of the Fear and Pod with Hasan. Okay, what? So you're not allowed to be your own person because you're attached to a girlfriend or a wife? Huh? Did you see he apologized to fucking Destiny for being mad at him after what he said about Cutie? What are we bringing up for this for? Ludwig Prob hates Hasan because he spends more time with his GF than he does. Oh my God. We're just like straight up lying. What? Gutless Yakubian devil. What? Wait, I thought Yakubians were black. Wait, I'm so confused. What's a Yakubian devil? I feel like that's a slur. What is that? Yes, they are. Google it. I don't want to Google it, man. What's going on, dude? Ludwig would kill a guy just to avoid losing his sponsors. Wait. Saying I wouldn't even go to Hassan's funeral is crazy. Wait, he didn't say that. Chat, am I misremembering? Chat, we watched like at least 6 to 8 minutes worth of clips of Ludwig talking. Did he ever say that? I think he said I wouldn't talk to them after I retire. He did say that? But that doesn't mean anything. He just means that they're not that close. He did say that as an example only, but there's nothing wrong with that if you're not actually friends. That doesn't mean you dislike the person. I think a funeral is a very personal thing. Ludwig said that they wouldn't come to his funeral either. Yeah, because you're not that close. Anyway, we're just playing on emotions. Again, every single one of these arguments so far has been completely visceral and emotional and stupid. He's completely right. They wouldn't, and he wouldn't either. That's fine. It's not like he's wishing them bad things. This after Ludwig said Hassan definitely owns a shot caller and that he would not call Hassan a friend, and also implied that socialism is when you don't make money today. No, my socialism, no! What? Yes, dude, the classism coming out on Twitter as you type it from an iPhone. I love armchair politics. It's so funny. For someone who has a degree in journalism, he's not very good at fact-checking. Oh, this person's obsessed with Pokemon and Valkyrie. They're super parasocial. You should not take anything seriously from someone who's obsessed with people that don't even know they exist. I don't get Ludwig. He decides to dagger Hassan today by saying it's 100% a shock collar and it's just a fact, but then immediately says, but I don't know, after researching his talk for you page. Motherfucker, you know the dude. Your partner is at his house every week. Wait, so because his wife does a podcast with him, with Hassan, that means that they're really good friends? Like, and not doing it for content? Yeah, I don't know. Seems like a bit of a stretch. Every day? I don't know. I don't freaking know, man. It happened again. Ludwig tried to take the middle road only to fall into a rotten take. He genuinely needs to grow some cards because this can't keep happening. Ludwig genuinely is one of the most spineless people on Twitch, and I stay reminded every day why I never liked him. He always sits on the fence and holds his opinion long enough to go with the popular narrative and just clip farm. He's exhaustingly pathetic. Well, that's the part of, like, needing to make money and wanting to make money, and that's what he does. Again, I wouldn't tweet about him and, like, care that much. You're not even a streamer. Why do you care? I'm not gonna lie. This is so weird. I hate this freaking guy. I don't even like Hassan that much. Many oomphs will know. Oh my god, oomphs is such a... Oomphs is such a cringe word to me. It's repulsive. Many oomphs will know, but I just fucking hate this guy. Not only does this paint him as a bad friend, since Hassan has proved he doesn't abuse Kaya. Are we for real right now? What's an oomph? A mutual. Like a mutual on Twitter that follows you back. It's just the dumbest term. It just sets me off. It makes me think you're like 19 or 18 years old. Yeah. This also implies that Ludwig thinks his IRL friend abuses his dog off stream and that his own girlfriend is a liar. What? Like, dude, the middle of the road is not the only road there is. Spine up. You have to take a side. You have to take a side. You have to. You always have to have an opinion on everything. You're not allowed to not have an opinion on not allowed to have not an opinion on anything. You have to take the side that I'm on, and if you're against me, then well, then you should die. I don't know, man. This guy is friends with a dude who made AI porn deepfakes of women, by the way. One of those women were his girlfriend. I don't remember any of this. I remember there's some drama and then it, like, nothing happened. People wonder why Ludwig isn't liked by a lot of people. Okay, he's popular. There's a lot of people that don't like him. Yeah, it sucks to suck. Don't waste your time getting mad at Ludwig, I say as I type on my iPhone furiously and write more than 3 sentences about him. He always loved throwing Hasan under the bus for the memes. What? Funniest part is no matter how many times he does it, he still gets called Hasan's dog, and honestly, we should respect that title. And after all, that's what's on our For You page. Oh, this is Hasan's Twitter community. So they're malding the fuck out. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Hasan's Piker Stan. Oh my god. We got a fanboy, fangirl over here. Ludwig making public allegations that, mind you, directly contradict everything Cutie has said. Instead of just asking Hasan or Cutie is so unbelievably gross. Yes, queen. Yes. As a Hasanabi head and Ludbud, is that like his community name? I can confidently say Ludwig is just that dumb. If he's dumb enough to lose hundreds of thousands of dollars to scams, I think he's dumb enough to think that that's a shot caller. Sad. Sad. So cringe, these people. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts doing some right-wing grift, considering how hard his numbers have been dropping lately. Wouldn't put it past him at this point. See what I mean, chat? You hold yourself to such a high standard with your community, the goalposts are ever shifting, and eventually, I forget who said it, I think it was Jordan Peterson or something, one day you're gonna get eaten alive by your own community because of the standards that you keep catering to, and then eventually it just implodes on you. Called Ludwig right wing. What the fuck are we doing? I know! I know! One day your community is gonna eat you alive, and Hasan, after his crash out, rightfully so, because his community held him to such an insane standard, they're eating him alive, 4-year subs, chewing him out. Yeah, I would go insane too, but you kind of did it to yourself, so I don't know, kind of did it to yourself. They cannot fathom how little Ludwig wants to be a part of their ultra political discourse. Yeah, but you know what kind of blows my mind? Ludwig involved himself with like Hasan pretty freely, knowing that he does this. So like, I don't know, it's just, I mean, even Asmongold talks to like the everyday Joe Schmo, and he doesn't nearly get enough, like he doesn't nearly get that much backlash for like hanging out with Emmy and Soda Poppin and NMP and talking about those kinds of people. Like, I don't know, man. I think he totes it like more gracefully. True, but he doesn't deserve this. I don't think he deserves this type of harassment. To call him a fucking grifter, a right-wing grifter. To be fair, Hasan like 4-ish years ago didn't sound as crazy, or at least wouldn't talk as much in a bad light as nowadays. Yes, of course. I mean, you know, everybody reaches a point where they start going a bit more mask off, in my opinion. They're just such a meaningless word on the internet. I know, that's why they throw it around and hope it sticks. It's like people calling me a Nazi. It's fucking stupid. Oh, there's a lot of words that have lost meaning over time. It's just sad to me. It's like, he took a stance on something and it wasn't even anything that was beyond maybe a little bit more than neutral. and people got really, really mad at him, and specifically all of the Hasan tweets or the Hasan community calling him out and saying that, how dare you throw this guy under the bus? How dare you? Like, you're such a ding-dong, man. Chat, don't ever do this either. Please, for the love of God. If someone goes against me, please don't, like, go after them. You're allowed to hold an opinion, but when you put something out on the internet like this, it's forever. Someone's gonna screenshot it. You're gonna look like an emotional retard. You're allowed to be a little bit upset that your Oshi had a bad take. That's okay, but to go out and harass people or have people want to harass me back or whatever, doesn't matter. It's just like, it is what it is. Usually internet drama is like, it kind of blows over pretty quickly. Hasan's thing is a bit different. I think it's been holding on forever because it's like actually pretty serious. But most times internet drama kind of just like goes away.
Oh, yeah.